pocket for a while, and now it does this. What is wrong with this thing? It's severely damaged. I'm done. Happy New Year, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate, and it is now 2022. 2022. 3 2s. Anyways, so 2021 for me was a bit of a dumpster fire. That's a little dramatic. It was a mix between a dumpster fire and a really nice field of dandelions. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I didn't necessarily expect to be here at the end of this year, and I'll get more into that at the end of the video, but it's kind of a good thing. It's mostly a good thing. It's a good thing. But right now, I'm going to tell you about this little adventure I went on to wrap up the 2021 year. So for Christmas, I got a plane ticket to visit my college best friend in her hometown to just hang out and relax before the new year craziness started. So 3 days after Christmas, I packed up my stuff and headed out on a flight to Philly. This is my best friend, Katie. She and I have been friends for about 4 years now. We spend most of our time going to movie theaters and occasionally skateboarding in the parking lot afterwards. We think the same things and talk at the same times a lot. We met our freshman year of college and have been friends ever since. She's hilarious, kind, and an overall pretty awesome person. Lucky to have her as a friend, even though we thought we could start our own YouTube channel way back when. We agreed to never talk about that again, so moving on. Now, say you had a map and you put Katie's house on it. If you threw a stone, or, ride a train, you can get to New York City in about an hour. It's one of my favorite cities in the world, so we decided to go for the day. Now, I know what some of you may be saying at this point, or having the urge to comment on this video about New York, that it's disgusting, that it's gross, that it's overrated, that it is disgusting. And some of those may be true, but you cannot convince me otherwise that New York is one of the coolest cities in the world. So I'm editing this right now, and that sentence was absolutely incomprehensible, so what I meant to say was, you can't convince me that New York is bad because I love it too much. Not sure why it took me that many words. Anyways, carry on. Okay, you just can't. It won't happen. I love it. It is what it is. If you hate New York, there's nothing I can really do for you. But just know that there are cool parts of it. So, Katie and I took a train from her hometown to New York, which was about an hour and a half. It was very fun. I'd never taken a train before. Only the subway, which I guess is kind of a train, but it was a train above ground. I've never taken a train above ground before, and I've always wanted to. So that was cool. And we took the train to New York, and we had one of the coolest days ever. Now, we only spent a day in New York, so after we came back, we were exhausted, we were tired, we watched a lot of reality TV, and then it came time for New Year's Eve. Now, another passing of a year is kind of scary. It's kind of stressful because you may feel like you're not where you need to be. I get that. But also, it's very refreshing. Every single New Year, I get very excited because it's just a fresh start, and I bet a lot of you feel the same way. So we spent our New Year playing games, hanging out, watching TV, wearing hats, wearing glasses. It was the best. And after New Year's, it was time for me to head back home, so that is where I've been sitting, contemplating my entire life for the last 3 days. Now, the New Year's tricky because it is a time where you may feel a lot of stress, but it's also a time that you can really kind of recenter yourself and refocus and do a lot of things to gear yourself up towards where you want to go for the new year. So that is what I've been trying to do a lot lately, specifically in the last 3 days, because I kind of gave myself a break over the holidays to not think about anything. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm not really where I expected myself to be. And also, like I said, that's not really a bad thing. You know, a lot of us that have graduated in the last 2 years with the pandemic going on, it's just been a really difficult time. And I think a lot of us that have graduated feel like this is normal. And for myself, I always imagined starting my own business, and I've said this a lot before, but for anyone who is doing something creative, because you know there's never really one way to do something creative or one way to get to somewhere you want to be when you're chasing after a creative career or building your brand, building a business, something like that. There's just never really one right way to do that, and that can bring on a lot of confusion, worry, stress, whatever. So a lot of this past year, like after I graduated college, that's what I've been thinking of a lot is that stress and that worry. But as the New Year's come around, I've kind of let go of that because I realized that I was rushing myself, and I realized that I was trying to accomplish all of these things super quickly, and the things I'm trying to do don't happen overnight. So it was kind of this imbalance of things that I was battling with in my head. So with anything creative, it takes time, and I've really just had to learn that and be okay with that and accept that. So my goal for this new year has just been kind of to not really worry about rushing and about running through life and trying to accomplish all these things by a certain period of time or by a certain age. That's been my thing is, oh my God, I'm 23. You know, all these people have accomplished these things by 25. I need to do this by 25. I need to be in this city by 25 or be in this place by 24. And just been really trying to focus on being consistent, being present, just showing up and creating the things that I want to create. And social media just kind of gives me that platform to share my work with other people, which I really enjoy doing. So just trying to be really consistent and building that up. And on top of all the social media work, on top of all the freelancing stuff, I also have been training to be an actor. And that's the first time I've ever actually said that, so it may come as a shock or a surprise to the people I've grown up with and the people that know me, but maybe not. I'm not sure. Because I've always loved movies. I've always watched them religiously. You know, it's been something I've been passionate about since I was a kid, so maybe it was a natural progression. I'm not really sure. But the thing I think that drew me to acting is that I think I've always had a difficult time choosing what I want to do. You know, at one point I wanted to be an astronaut, I wanted to be an archaeologist, I wanted to be a pilot, you know, all these different things. And acting is cool because eventually it gives you that opportunity to kind of be all those things at the same time. You get to learn new skills. But for me with acting, I think it's going to be cool to develop different parts of myself that I may not have been able to before and learn different things, learn more about myself in that way. And it's probably the most out of my comfort zone thing I've ever done in my entire life. Every single time I am about to go to one of my acting classes, I could fall on the floor. I'm so nervous. Sometimes I can't, I think I'm not going to be able to do it. I think I'm not going to be able to go to the class and speak. But it always ends up working out. It always ends up being fun, and I don't know, it's just something I love and something I'm interested in pursuing, and I've always been interested in directing and making films, which is what I've been doing the past year or two or so. So it just, I guess, seems like a natural progression to want to learn more about acting, and I think it'll help develop my filmmaking as well, and will be really interesting to see. So I'm very excited about that. So that's a very long-winded explanation of what I've been doing with my life lately. I'm very excited. It's a lot to focus on one time. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to work towards, but I couldn't imagine myself really doing anything else. Just been trying to enjoy the ride, enjoy what I'm learning, enjoy storytelling, and just keep going, because I know that this is what I love to do. So it's what I'll keep doing. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've listened to me talk for this long, I really appreciate you. I hope that it was interesting. I hope that it was a little helpful and you could relate to it in some way. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I hope you had a wonderful new year. I know it's a difficult time for some people, so I hope you guys were able to just find some time to relax and get refreshed before 2022 comes in. So I'm excited for the new year. I'm excited to continue growing with you guys and sharing my stories with you guys, and I hope that you'll stick around. So go ahead and subscribe, and I will be posting on here every Friday. You guys know that. But also, I'm starting this new thing on Mondays. I won't tell you what it is yet until the first video comes out, but they're gonna be fun little videos, and if you like movies, you'll like those videos. So Mondays and Fridays for the new year, and I hope you'll stick around. Love you guys. Happy New Year.